evening, everybody. Good evening. My name is Patricia Bradford, and I'm running for office to become your West Ward Councilwoman. This gentleman just told you his involvement, and we're talking about tonight, first of all, education. Since 1979, Patricia Bradford has been an advocate of the children in North Public Schools. At the time, it was called North Board of Education. I took on the role of PTA, doing after-school programs, got 3 schools open, then 15 schools open. We as parents and community came together and learned the tools of getting the schools open, not depending on the city and the Board of Education about how much money they had to give. We came and gave of ourselves. And that's the kind of advocacy I would like to continue, working with the parents and the community, and let's go back and work with the schools together. This gentleman talks about the fact that he is Councilman Rice's aide, senior aide. Well, I was Councilman Charles Bell's chief of staff. And there's a world of difference between monitoring, being in charge of the entire staff, as well as ensuring that the councilman had everything done that the people called about. Unfortunately, when I did my role, I was in the Central Ward working with him, but that's because he knew my record. He knew I could communicate with people. I worked outpatient mental health for 13 years, and I know people have problems. I also learned some tools about how to help resolve some of them. I worked for the County of Essex, and then I went to being the person in charge of your Essex County golf courses. And if you know a golfer, you know how to have skills to get along and make sure their game is right. I also worked for the superintendent of schools in public information, public relations. So I learned what the parents' situation is, and I learned how to best work with them. I started as the community relations aide there, and then I moved on to become public information assistant and making all of those brochures and things that you see, going out to parent meetings. See, so I got a chance to understand what was happening in the school system. And prior to that, I volunteered as Chapter 1, Title I Parent Advisory Council. And like they laughed and said, oh yeah, Dr. Birdie, well, I followed her footsteps. I was a follower in parent involvement. And when the Board of Education thought they should kick parents out, well, myself and Mr. Kabili Tayati, we came together and we went to the State Board of Education meetings, we went to the Senate meetings, and see, I fought against takeover while I fought to keep local control. Everybody now is hollering, local control, local control. Well, we should have never let it happen. But since it has happened, we should be fighting even more diligently to get it back. So I did the cleanups. We did the senior services so that they could have ample food when they're sitting around not even having a can of tuna fish, and they're hungry, and they have minimum income coming in. So I understand all of those things. And I've been my block association liaison, I'd like to call myself. And I understand the politics of the North Municipal Council. And I know that why we don't have services and many things is because of their greed. They are busy worrying about greasing their palms from developers and all of these other people making deals. So you don't even have an opportunity to talk to them. They don't want to deal with you. They'd rather grab up and make their own council person. And that's what they're doing today. And I'm saying to you, I'm embossed, on board. I'm saying to you that I will make sure I deliver to each and every one of you, including you, sir, all of the services you need in the city. I will not sit there and make deals and say, well, I'll go along with this. You can go for this or you can go for that. It's not me. I want to make sure that whatever it is It's coming back to you, the people. I'm a homeowner for 35 years in where I live on Laurel Place. And I have 5 children, 4 of my husband's biological, and then we even went further and took on a foster child and raised her too. So I understand and I love children. And I understand and I love people. And I understand all of the nuts and bolts about North Municipal Council, and that's why I should be there. I should be there to preserve the rights of women and children. See, because a lot of us are left out. We're only called upon to do the political thingy. We say, come down here and lick stamps and go out there and run up and down the stairs and make sure you tell your neighbor about me. Well, that has gotten us nothing for the 30 years that I've lived in this city. And I've lived in this city all my life because I was born here. High Street in Montgomery. I was in St. Barnabas before they went to Livingston, okay? And I understand. I lived on Hillside Place, impoverished. My mama had 5 kids, and we would eat the whole of the bread and slap some mayonnaise on it. I know how to make my dollar stretch, and I don't feel that this North Municipal Council has stretched our dollar appropriately. And that's why I'm here. To keep lower taxes, to get rid of some of this crime going on around here, to work along with the police department. I've been the taxi cab director for the North City. And so I worked in the police department doing my job. So I'm very friendly with a lot of officers. I know that I can bring things forward to them and bring back solutions. I don't have to say any more about me. Anything you don't know about me, go to patriciajbradford.com. My everything is laid out. I've had no criminal history. I don't intend to need my 3 sons. They graduated from school, went into military, did all of the good things. I'm tired of talking about things for people who wouldn't do right. I'm talking about fighting for people who did everything right and nothing came back to you. So we have to have somebody that's not elbows with the politicians. We got to break that chain. We got to be standing on our own and letting them know that we have expectations. And you can come to me anytime. I'm right there in the heart of where people getting shot. I'm not afraid of those youth. They come around and say, Miss Bradford, I'll take your bag. Miss Bradford, but the other guy said, well, you going to give him a job? I said, no. He said, well, then they're going to do what I want them to do. You think I'm afraid of the drug lord? No, I'm not. But I'm here to tell you tonight, I will speak the truth for you, sit at that council, and if it's mayor or council that have a plan that's not going to benefit you, I'll be the first to holler. Amen. Holler.
I would have to, so that we will not have the question and answer period.